I never want to think about that game again for as long as I live. I just want to get this video uploaded, and then I want the thought of those 90 minutes to never again cross my mind. That's what I was saying for the final 20 minutes, is they're committing players forward. Someone just finish this off. Whatever the hell we're watching here, just someone put a shot away. Make it 3-1. Finish this game off. I don't want to be here anymore. Someone score, make it 3-1. We can all go home and then never ever have to think about that game again. We make things so hard for ourselves, honestly. We knew that there was a very good chance that we'd come here and it wouldn't be straightforward at all, and it wasn't. Because Mansfield, you have to credit the way they were really, really up for it. That was their cup final. That was probably, I don't want to make any assumptions here, but their biggest game of the season, unless they get even more caught up in their relegation battle than they are now, and then they might have a few crucial games there as the season goes on. But that was probably their biggest game of the season. They were really, really up for it. Horrible pitch. The state of that pitch was horrid. We rotated like crazy. I don't even know what that lineup was. Where do you even begin with that lineup? 6 attacking players on the pitch, Norgard at centre back. It was just a mess. And you know, these cup ties, especially away against lower league sides, there's always the potential for them to get very messy. Because these sides, they don't fear anything up against giants of English football. Because they know everyone's expecting them to lose. So if they lose, it's no big deal. They can just go out, no fear, give it their all. Ended up making it more than a bit nervy. Once again, I never ever want to think about that game again. I hope we never ever have a match like that ever again. I'm honestly glad that in the next round, in the quarterfinal, we're probably going to have a side in the Premier League, or at least a solid championship team. I don't want to play no more Mansfield Towns, bro. They have no fear in these games at all. I want a side that could actually somewhat compete with us if we're playing at our best. I know that sounds weird, but I just feel like we need, in the next round, a team far closer to us in terms of pure quality for us to actually not feel out of place, I guess, is what you would call it. Because, yeah, again, coming to these shitty away grounds in the lower leagues, you can feel out of place. You can feel a little bit rattled at times, especially if the going gets tough up against these teams that just have no fear. Against a Premier League side, or at least a solid championship team, I don't think we'd have that kind of mentality at all. Not much to discuss in terms of the actual performance. It's a bad performance. I think we can all agree on that. Been way too many of those recently, but I'm just glad to get through that. Not many great performances. Few players I would want to pinpoint. I think Max Dowman deserves the most plaudits. He should have scored. He had a couple great opportunities to score. I'm just waiting for the day where he finally puts one away, following one of these delightful jinky runs he goes on. Few of those in pre-season. Every time he gets on the pitch for the senior team, he's full of confidence, zero fear, just driving it, season pros like it's nothing, and really, really manifesting the first time he actually puts one of those away. Had a couple chances, didn't put any of them away, but as a whole, incredible performance from Max Dowman. You have to take into consideration that was his first match for the senior team since, I just had a look then, the 4th of November last year against Slavia Prague in the Champions League. That's over 4 months ago. Had a long spell out injured, roughly 2.5 months. Only got back to training with the senior team maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now. First game back since that injury. And again, just zero fear. I'm really hoping that first goal is only a matter of time, because Max Dowman, he seems Arsenal through and through. His dad is clearly a massive Arsenal fan. He seems like a massive Arsenal fan himself, Max Dowman. I want to give a massive congratulations for the recent agreement to sign his first professional contract with Arsenal when he turns 17 this December. What a talent he is, Max Dowman. I really believe he's the best thing to come out of Hale End since Bukayo Saka, if even then, and that's a really, really big thing to say. I absolutely love Bukayo Saka. Max Dowman, unbelievable talent. Generational talent. That's a term that gets thrown around way too loosely, but Max Dowman, seriously is a generational talent. He is incredible. I cannot wait to see how he develops over the next few years, how quickly he's going to become a starter at Arsenal. It really is only a few years away, the way he's going. Good to see some of the other youngsters involved as well. Marley Salmon looked a little bit shaky, if I'm being honest, especially for their goal. Not a great back pass at all to Mosquera. Mosquera as well doesn't cover himself in total glory. Hesitates. I think he can go for it, and he just doesn't have quite the confidence to really step in there, and the result is a goal. But Marley Salmon, that doesn't take anything away from another incredible talent coming out of Hale End. Great to see him and Dowman starting on the pitch at the same time as each other. That's the first time that's happened. Happened with Dowman and Andre Hermanus. First time it's happened for Dowman and for Salmon. Two incredible talents coming out of Hale End this year. They come in pairs, they really do. Saka and Smith Rowe, Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly. Now Dowman and Marley Salmon, another incredible talent. Marley Salmon, hopefully that's a little bit of a wake-up call for him. But yeah, it really doesn't take anything away from his magnificent talent. Incredibly gifted defender. Such a high ceiling. And then congratulations as well to Jaden Dixon. Arsenal debut. 18 years old. Recently signed from Stoke in January. Didn't get to see that much of him. Just a couple throw-ins here and there. Not too many moments on the ball. But trusted with his debut. Again, just a few weeks after he signed for Arsenal. And in a moment where things were not looking amazing for us. It was 2-1. Anything could still happen from them. Mansfield were giving a red-hot go. And he's still trusted with a few minutes on the pitch. Jaden Dixon brought on with, about 15 minutes to go. So that's definitely a positive sign of the trust in him from Mikel. Hope to see Jaden Dixon a lot more in an Arsenal shirt. That's just about going to do it. I don't like to read into these games too much. It's nervy. It's nowhere near the level of performance I was expecting, nowhere near the level of comfort I was expecting in the end. Just really glad we've managed to get through that. It's almost a relief knowing that these games are over. We've had a few of them this year, to be fair, this season. Port Vale, Wigan, Portsmouth, today. Was there one more? I can't quite remember. I'm almost just glad that they're done and dusted, because again, these matches away, especially at lower league grounds, the crowd against us, other teams just fighting for their lives, it can get very, very messy, and it definitely did today. So yeah, just really glad we managed to get through that. Really glad we managed to rest a lot of players. There was no Saliba today, no Gabriel, no Rice, no Zubimendi, no Odegaard. Quite a few players that have played a lot of football this season. Really, really crucial to Arsenal. Not on the pitch at all. Raya as well. Great to see them getting a rest, limbering up for matches with far higher stakes. That is probably the lowest stakes match we'll play for the remainder of this season. So great to rotate. Great opportunity to rotate. Great opportunity for some of the fringe players to get a chance. And that's what these matches are all about, really. Through to the FA Cup quarterfinals, still in contention to win all 4 trophies. It still feels like banter at this stage, but keep winning your matches. You just never know, because the Premier League is ours to lose. It has been for months now. We're in Carabao Cup final, Champions League, got a really, really good shot at winning that as well, and now FA Cup, only 3 matches to go until that's ours as well. So just keep winning matches, and you just never know what could happen. That's going to do it. I hope that match gets erased from my memory. See you later, Mansfield. We're through. That's it. Never again, please, Arsenal.